This is in Alameda County, California. A sheriff sergeant blasted Taylor Swift's Blank Space in a clear attempt to keep any recording of him from being uploaded to YouTube. So as you know, YouTube has these copyright and trademark rules as it relates to music. So he's being recorded and he decides to take his cell phone and he cranks up the Taylor Swift music, places it on his body and just lets it play because he wants to make sure, and he said it, he wants to make sure that nobody can upload the recording on YouTube. Now here's the problem I have with that. You are a taxpayer funded government worker. You are on the job. If you are doing your job, you should be completely okay with somebody in the public legally recording you doing your job so well, because you would be a great benefit to the narrative that says there are good police in the world, if you're doing good policing. But instead, you have now employed this particular tactic. Let me go to the parts that we can go to.
Concern that you have that someone's gonna trip on this guy.
You can't keep twisting this around. Let's go back to the beginning. It was on the walls, right? And you removed it from the walls. Now you put it here.
I'm just trying to.
What is the difference?
And it works. It actually works because when he turned the music on, which was just now, I can't even play it on my damn show. So it does work. So when the audio was cut, here's what happened. Sheriff Sergeant begins playing Taylor Swift from his cell phone. James, who's the dude you see, says, so you're saying we should put it back on the wall, referencing the banner. The sergeant says, what is the difference? James then comes back and says he can't ignore the fact Taylor Swift, T Swift is playing right now. Are we having a dance party right now? The sergeant says, no, sir. Rebecca, she's the one recording. Are you playing pop music to drown out the conversation? The sergeant says, no. James says, he doesn't want you recording, so he's playing music in the background. Rebecca says, why? Why do you have to hide? The deputy says, you can record all you. I just know it can't be posted to YouTube. There's a lot of back and forth with this. The Alameda County Sheriff's Office, they are now investigating the matter. When asked about the video, a spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office, Sergeant Ray Kelly, said that both the video and complaints have been sent to an internal affairs unit for investigation. While the office has no policy that governs whether you can play Taylor Swift or music in an attempt to censor YouTube content from a public encounter, Kelly said personnel will be made aware that is not acceptable moving forward. We'll see what happens. But once again, people wonder, why do folks get upset at police officers? Because not just the horrible bad apples that exist, but because of stuff like this. Really? This is how you play games with citizens that you're sworn to protect and serve? Jackson, what are your thoughts?
Well, when you really, as you can't play it on this channel or else things will be demonetized and taken down. When you look at that video in its entirety, he looks like he thinks he's so clever and like they just got you. And he can't help but hide that energy and that feeling while he's in a position of authority that can shoot you and get away with it more so than not. And this really highlights how authority of any kind will not and does not go down easily. Law enforcement in this country has the capability to frame people. It has the capability to coerce people. It has the capability to take people's lives and get away with it. And they're well aware that there's a growing sentiment that there needs to be more levers of balance and responsibility within the system. And methods like this are being taken just so that you can't even put them on YouTube, because that shows that they're well aware of what they do. And yeah, so it's really a shame, but it's a dangerous shame.
Yeah, he's going on YouTube today though. I guarantee you he will be on my YouTube channel today for everybody's viewing pleasure.